Now that we've explored what the timeline shows, let's talk about how to use it to bring your slide to life. Think of the timeline as your workspace checklist. Everything on your slide is listed here, and the order from top to bottom determines what shows in front of what. So if a shape and a text box overlap, the one higher in the list will appear on top. In this example, the two rectangles sit above the text box, which means if they're in the same spot, you'll see the shapes covering the text. Audio tracks work a little differently. They don't stack in front or behind other items. If you have more than one, they'll all play together at whatever volume you've set. To keep things organized, I like to drag all my audio tracks down to the bottom of the timeline. That way, I can focus on the visuals while still knowing exactly where the narration sits when I'm syncing everything together. And if you ever want to change which item appears in front or behind, just drag it up or down in the list. When you add something new to your slide, Storyline places it right where the playhead is sitting. By default, that new object stays visible until the end of the slide. The only exception is audio, since it only lasts as long as the sound file. If your slide is shorter than the audio, Storyline automatically extends it to match. If the audio ends earlier, it simply finishes and the rest of the slide continues. You can also control the total length of the slide yourself. Hover over the gray bar at the very end of the timeline. When the cursor changes to a double line, click and drag left or right to make the slide shorter or longer. Let's take a quick look at how that works. You can do the same thing for any object on the timeline. Move your cursor to the start or end of its bar until you see the double arrow. Then drag left or right to adjust when it appears and disappears. Now, watch closely as we adjust this image again. Notice how the small arrow that used to show appear until end of slide disappears once we shorten it. That's Storyline's way of showing the object now has its own specific end time. You can also jump the playhead to any specific moment by clicking directly in the timescale at the top of the timeline. That's where the seconds are displayed. It's a quick way to preview exactly when something will appear or to line up animations with your narration. And if you ever need to move several items together, hold Ctrl or Shift to select them as a group. You can shift them, align their timing, or add animations all at once.